Hi guys, this is another video. I've got this Sony radio cassette player with an issue which I'll show you. The radio seems to work fine, but there's a problem with the cassette. Let me just show you here. If I just press play, just make sure there's a cassette in there. Yep. So if I just press play, you'll see. Let's play there. Just get this ticking sound. If you look inside, the cassette's not turning at all. So obviously something's gone wrong inside here. So that's what I'm going to be having a look at today. So let me just dismantle the unit. Let's take the batteries out. And I'll dismantle the unit lively. So I'll just get these screws off the back. I've sped this section up obviously. Okay, got the screws off. And then just going to remove this fine tuning button on the right hand side here. Pop that out. And then it's just a matter of removing the volume control knob. Just pop that up. And then the unit should just pull apart or prise apart, as you can see here. You can see I managed to separate the units because I'm going to need to get to the mechanism of the cassettes, because there's obviously a problem inside here. Okay, let me just show you here. That's the mechanism, which I'm going to have to remove. So there's just 3 screws holding that in place, which I'm going to undo now. And once I've undone the 3 screws, 2 on the left, 1 on the bottom right, it's just a matter of disconnecting some of this wiring. Just disconnect that off the PCB here, and just pull it out of its cable tidy. And then it's just a matter of trying tucking it out of the radio tuner indicator. Okay, so you can see I've got the unit out here, and just having a look at it. This big wheel here, that's the capstan, and you can see the belt still attached, but it just wasn't moving properly. Let me just show you here. You can see here, obviously there's a problem with the belt. There's 2 draw belts on this one. So let me just undo this belt here, as you can see, and it's not even a rubber belt anymore, and it snapped, but it wasn't doing anything anyway. So let me just remove it from the capstan. There's 2 pulleys on the side of the capstan, which I'll get to later. Let me just get this belt out so I can show it you. I don't want to get my hands on it because it's not a rubber belt anymore. It's just like tar. So let me just demonstrate by putting it on this piece of paper here and folding it in half onto the belt. And to show you here, you can see it's all squidgy and tarry. So that is not a rubber belt anymore. It's perish. Just get rid of that. I've got a selection of belts, and I'm going to find the right sizes and replace them. That looks slightly big, but I'll give it a try anyway. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the motor, because there's a drive belt that's on here, and that's snapped as well. Let me just show you here. You can see bits of the belt on there. That's what was making the clicking sound when it was spinning round. And that's also turned to mush. It's not a rubber belt anymore. It's just it's like black tar. So I'm just going to try and get that off. I'm going to use the tweezers because, like I says, when you get this stuff on your hand, it doesn't really come off too easy. So we've got a little section of it off there. Just put it to one side, and then I've got to get the rest of it off of this the drive motor pulley, because it's sticky and it will cause problems with the new belt. So I've got to remove that, all the remnants of it, get all of that off. See another piece there, because I don't really want to get my hands on it. And then I'm just going to use some alcohol cleaner to clean the pulley, as you can see there, because I've got to get all of that rubber mushy black tar belt stuff off. Here you can see I've got the belt, the motor nice and clean. See a little close up of that. So it's just a case of fitting the belts onto the capstan. That's the capstan there, and the belt, one of the belt goes onto this drive pulley here, and there's a separate belt that goes to the motor. Let me just show you there. There's two pulleys here underneath the back of the capstan, one large, one small. So this first belt goes onto the smaller pulley. It's difficult to actually film and show you, but I've got it onto the smaller pulley on the back of this capstan wheel, and I've just got to hook it around this pulley here, the drive belt around this pulley here, which I have done. Well, just tuck this little section in here, and that's in. And just spin that, you can see the belt's turning fine. So it's just a matter of putting the other belt onto the larger pulley wheel on the underside of this capstan. I'm just fitting that now, and this one connects straight to the motor. So you can see me just fitting the belt over. I just got to make sure I've got it on that bigger pulley. And let me just bring up the motor, because I'm going to need that soon. So I'm going to use my tweezers to attach the belt around the pulley, the bigger pulley or the bottom pulley. And now that I've done that, I'm just going to hold the belt and fix it to the drive pulley of the motor. Very difficult to film. I'm doing my best. And the motor just clips in here with the belt attached. And then it's just one screw holding it in place, the motor assembly. And that's nice and tight. So let me see if I can give you some close-ups of the belts in situ. You can see there. You might be able to see them both. There's one going around the drive motor there. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just flip the thing round. I've put the batteries back inside the battery cover so I can test it this way. So it's just a matter of popping the tape onto the tape deck, cassette onto the tape deck, and that sounds okay. It's playing fine now. Just need to stop that and try side B or side A. That's the other side. Just press play, and that seems to be working okay. So let me just stop that and try forward, which is running fine, and rewind. They seem to be working fine also. Okay, so I am pretty happy with that repair. So it's just a matter of refitting the unit back into the cassette. So you can see me just reassembling the cassette back into its housing. Just putting the 3 screws back in once I've torqued it under the radio signal indicator, and I'll finish this section off lively. Just reverse of previous, and put the unit back together. And I'll just pop the screws in the back there. Okay, so let's test the radio. And and the radio seems to be working fine. Anyway, tested it before, so let me just try the cassette. Let's switch the radio off and put the cassette on. Bang a tape in here. Side A. That seems to be working fine. I'll just stop that. Take the tape out. Side B. See inside the reels are turning. You just try to fast forwards. You can see the reels turning inside the cassette deck, and rewind. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with that repair. So now that that's done, there's a couple of scratches on the speaker cover. As you can see there, a couple of white marks. I'm just going to use a whiteboard permanent marker to cover them up, make it look a bit more presentable. Like I said, I'm pretty satisfied with that. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.